Hey, everybody.
I'm saying hi to people still.
You too. Hi. I see you in chat. Hi.
Hi. Hi. I wish I could. I wish I could get the little rascals. Hi, sign.
Right. Hi. Hi, everybody.
I shouldn't do that because that was the He-Man Woman Haters Club high sign. So
Right. Right. You know, so anyway, as people are coming on in here, uh, did you end up doing anything this weekend?
no, not really. I wanted to. We were on the verge of going to a place down here called Deepwater, which has a
Mm-hmm.
cemetery and a bridge at it that has reported. I guess there were some deaths at the bridge, and down below it, it was during a flood because that whole Deepwater area fills up during the flood season. Real quick. And it's supposedly there's stuff going on at the bridge and below the bridge, but we didn't get to it. It got a little bit chilly for me. I don't like cold anymore. I don't like to be out. I like to work in it. Don't get me wrong, but going out and standing in it for a while, no, I'm good.
No, no good. No
No, I'm
good.
good. but but yeah, no, that was it. I'm making plans several times in the next several weeks to go places, around this general area right here for stuff that I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't seen yet, that I knew about, but I'm finally getting a chance to actually get into them and stuff. So, what about you? Did you
Yeah.
get to do some stuff?
I did. I did. We just sent out like a little live last night of where,
Yeah,
what
I
we
saw
were
a little
doing
bit of
and
that.
that sort of thing.
Yeah,
And yeah, it had its challenges. I mean,
yeah,
when you go ghost hunting, you get tired after a while just staying up and, all the adrenaline, blah, blah, blah. Well, the weather was what our biggest challenge was last night, or at
yeah,
least my biggest challenge. Uh, because, it was right at freezing. We were
yeah.
down to like 34 degrees thereabouts, and the wind was
Phew,
kicking up a little bit.
not happening.
And, right, right.
Keep me
You
around the
know,
fire.
right. Well, we were on the fire at first, and then we took off and started walking through the woods and everything. And there are big boulders and different things that are running through there. The history on this place, I can't reveal a whole lot because I don't know how they want to do this yet. But this is a documentary.
Yeah,
This place, I don't even, it deserves its own documentary just because of the history, the things that are going on now, what happened then. It is just all out crazy. It deserves it. So we were down there, and it runs along a river. And as we were walking down the river, you can hear like the shallow parts where it's the water's rushing over the rocks. And then it'd
yeah,
get quiet
yeah,
because then you knew it was deep and all that kind of stuff. You could barely see it peeking out as we're running through because the forest is kind of dense right there.
yeah, yeah,
Um, there is type of pathway. And you know what? I don't think it's human made. I think
yeah.
it is made due to the fact of floods and things.
Yep.
As they would wash houses out and it flood down in that area, it washes all the stuff through these trees and everything. And so you come across like old children's toys,
Oh Lord.
tiles, dishes, just all things, just all over in this. So it's really crazy to walk through there.
Yeah.
Not to mention boulders, like big granite boulders, moss covered. Yes. So as we're hiking and trying to climb over these things, that presented its own problems,
I was gonna say
of
slick as
course.
hell, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're trying to get over these. So I mean, it's a very physical hike.
Yeah.
you know, plus it being cold, it is like it took it out of you real quick.
Oh, I bet.
Um,
Yeah. And get the
but as
cramps, those cold weather cramps that you get in your thighs and stuff when you're actually hiking and such. Oh,
right, yeah, and I was bundled up too. I had two pairs of pants on, hunting socks on, my hiking boots.
yeah.
I had a double layered with a hoodie and a coat and gloves and I'll tell you what happened. So we started off, and it was me and a lady. We started walking into this path area, and we're walking along the river, and it was just her and I at the beginning.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, she goes, she has one of those chargeable lights. She goes, I just charged this thing and her light went out.
Yeah.
And I'm
Sucked it
like,
all out,
well,
right?
yeah. I'm like, well, that's crazy. So as I'm walking, about 2, 3 minutes later, guess what? My battery dies. Okay. Now that had regular batteries in it, and that one
But
died. So I
still.
took out the next one, which was my rechargeable. It's so bright that I kind of like put that in reserve because I don't need a
Yeah.
light that bright,
Yeah.
So I use that if I'm trying to look at something. So I pulled that one out. Guess what? Charge
Dead.
totally gone. It wouldn't even come on. It was gone.
Oh, wow.
So I was down to what I had as a pen light, and usually I just use that for my equipment and stuff, so I
Yeah.
don't put out that much light. Well, I came down to that. About 7 minutes later, that one went out.
So y'all trying
I
to
mean,
find your way back dark, huh?
that was 4 flashlights in just real quick, gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's really
Not
crazy
good.
for me.
Yeah, it's
Now
not
I've
good,
had
actually.
like a flashlight and I've had it eat the battery in my phone, but I've never had like all of my flashlights because I do come equipped, all of them
Yeah.
gone in a heartbeat, right?
Yeah, not that quick. Usually you got at least a 30-minute window there, you know what I mean?
Right, right. So this lady had one of those, which I need to get one. It's one of those chargers that have the cords attached. You
Yeah.
just pick what cord you need and attach it. It's a big old brick. Well, she
Yeah.
plugged it into my flashlight, and that way I had a flashlight. I just had to carry it with this big, huge brick, but we had a
Mhm.
flashlight the whole entire time after that.
Yeah.
So as we're walking, we came to this kind of like I wouldn't call it a clearing because
Yeah.
it's not even that big. It's
A
just this
holler.
little area where,
Yeah.
it had been washed out real bad. So there were these big boulders, and we decided that, hey, we're going to climb up over these. And, of course, that was moss covered, treacherous. It's right there by the
Oh, yeah.
water.
Yeah.
And so we're looking around, and, we're just checking everything out. We're checking across the river, shining the light in the trees because I had the bright flashlight.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to make some noise. I just think I do. So I got out the singing bowl, which is everybody knows is my favorite thing to use out there. So I just started, playing it,
Yeah.
and I let it go once and nothing happened. And then, the lady next to me said, God, I felt that through my whole entire body, that
Felt the
sound. And
vibration, didn't you?
I
Yeah.
said, that's exactly what it's meant to do. Is like
Mhm.
you're supposed to hear the sound and feel the vibration. This is what it's supposed to create a disturbance. It's supposed to put energy out there. And she's like, yeah, I felt it. I said, you're supposed to. So then we did. Then I said, okay, let's do it again. So I did it again. And this thing was just singing beautifully for how cold it was. And I was
Yeah.
shaking and cold, but I was, it was still singing. And I was just grateful for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I stopped it and we're shining the flashlight across the river.
Mhm.
And next thing you know, there's three of us standing there. There was a guy, myself, and this lady, and we're all standing there. And next thing you know, we seen a little flicker of something. Now, it was a silver gray eye shine, is what it looked like to me. The
Okay.
guy on this one side of me, which he would have been on my left, said it looked like blue gray eye shine. And the lady next to me said hers was also a silver gray eye shine. It was just a little flicker. And then we saw in the middle of where I was shining this flashlight, we saw this thing, definitely bipedal. Don't know what it is. Bipedal, black shadow, just kind of go whoop, and
Disappear
it was
into the woods,
gone.
right? Yeah.
So as we're talking about this, I don't even know how far we were in the woods at that point.
Yeah.
So as we're talking about this, her husband heard us over talking, talking about what we had seen because we were excited. Anyway, so he just starts busting, running back to camp, trying to get the drone up in the air,
Okay.
to
See if he
see if
gets
he,
something. Yeah.
yeah, so if he could see something. So in
Okay.
the meantime, as he's running and we're sitting and talking about it, next thing you know, we hear it sounds like somebody picked up a big rock and threw it on top of another rock in the river.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it was a big clack sound.
And splash at the same time, right?
Just a little bit of splash.
Yeah.
But there was a little splash after, but it sounded like a big rock hitting another rock, which just right upstream a little bit, or should I say, yeah, upstream a little bit, there are some rocks that are sticking up out of the ground, out of
Yeah.
the river there. So And then we got talking about that, and so he went up and flying that drone and everything, so he could see us because it's
Yeah,
all in infrared. He can see us, and it's way
yeah,
up there. And he said that he couldn't see anything in there that doesn't belong in there.
yeah,
He said it was the weirdest thing.
yeah. And honestly, you may not have seen, let's say, the creature per se. You may have seen something else. Because when you say silvery eye shine, I'm thinking that's not normal for any creature.
Exactly. Exactly. So, and I'm kind of thinking, about what he was talking about, not seeing anything. So anyway, we like, did you hear that loud crack? Like a rock on rock clack. And
Yeah,
he said, yeah, he goes, I thought it was you guys. I'm like, no, we're standing up on this kind of like not a cliff, but it
yeah,
was
yeah.
up a little bit. And we're standing there. I said, we didn't throw anything down there. I said,
But
I would
something else could
never.
have,
Exactly.
or it could have done
Exactly.
this with two of them and just chunked them in too.
Eh, Perhaps. I don't know exactly what was going on. Of course, all I saw was the shadow. I didn't see anything spot
Yeah,
on. I can't tell you what it is. I'm only telling
yeah,
you what was heard after that. So he
yeah.
thought it was us doing it, and we're like, no, absolutely not. That is
No,
not us.
yeah.
So, um,
Hey, little Patty
and
got a
go
little
ahead.
question there for it. The silver or white? I guess was it a flicker of both or
To me, it was a silvery gray, like
okay,
like a flash of silver gray. The guy next to me on my left said it was more of a blue gray to him, but then again, the way the
off
light was
center?
shining, the where he was standing, I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
it could have looked like that. It absolutely could have.
Yeah,
But the woman standing right next to me said she saw it was like a silver gray flicker. And
gotcha.
then we saw this thing moving. So she was videoing, but she hoped she caught it. That we have a lot of video to go through. She does, so we hope she caught it. I'm hoping they caught the sound.
I've still got audio to go through from my last two investigations. So
All
I
right.
tell you
Well,
something.
we're hoping she caught the sound because it clearly shows all of us and that we didn't make it.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So, we're
That's
hoping for
awesome.
that. So there's some stuff that if I can get a hold of it, then I'll bring it to us here so we can take a look at it. But
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
it sounded so cool. And,
And
it was just fascinating place.
I forget who it was I was talking to this week. We were talking about the same thing. Somebody had gone to a quote unquote haunted location and they were very disappointed. Nothing happened. Nothing did this, nothing did that. And they were complaining about it on Facebook. And of course, I jump out there and said, "Welcome to ghost hunting." I mean, that's 99.9% of the time right there.
Well, let me tell you something else. We started off at a house that has been abandoned and it's haunted.
That's the best place to start.
That's where we started. And then we went to Bigfoot. It was just like we've got the trifecta in
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
area. And it's not just one property, it is several properties. This is spanning probably that I don't know, acres upon acres, you
yeah,
know, and the history is rich and tragic and like I said, I can't say too much about it, but believe me, a lot of people have lost their lives, lost their property, lost a lot of things in that area.
yeah,
And we started off in the haunted house, but we were just getting the history in the haunted house. So I really didn't get to investigate that because I was trying to get to the woods. That
yeah.
was
Y'all want it
basically
in the
where,
woods. Yeah,
yeah, that's where I wanted to get because I can do that house pretty much anytime. But, I wanted to get out in the woods because the temperature was dropping as we were speaking.
yeah,
So we spent about an hour in the house. The first thing that I walked in and you could feel like a heavy tension just smack you right in the face as soon as
yeah,
you walked in.
yeah,
And then you can walk upstairs and you can walk all the way around this. It's safe to walk this whole entire house.
yeah.
Okay.
It's structurally
Um,
sound.
It's structurally sound. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And we're dealing with houses in this area built in, like late 1800s and above, like,
Yeah,
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 we're dealing with some history, some even earlier than that.
yeah. And
So it
have
is,
fun with that places like that. That's where I want to be. I,
yeah, yeah.
you've
And
been to Brown Springs, right?
yes,
You
yes.
can ask Tex every time we go. I want to be up in that cemetery. That's where I want to be 3/4 of the time. Just cause.
Right, right. But we weren't anywhere near a cemetery.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying
It,
there's
it,
certain spots, you know.
yeah, I mean, but mm, I don't know. It's this place, like I said, has more of a history. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It has some very, very tragic history to where you're thinking, how could this place not be haunted?
Yeah, exactly,
You know?
exactly. Yeah,
So,
and
but I didn't, like I said, I couldn't stay too late. Of course, it was cold and it was windy and um, my equipment was malfunctioning. It was just too cold for it to
yeah,
work properly. So I'm just like, well, I'm not even gonna pull half of this stuff out. There's no use. It's just not working.
yeah,
And it will do that when it's cold. Yeah,
it
especially when you
happens.
start dipping in below freezing.
Yeah, that'll screw up any of your equipment there. So make them batteries go. Ah,
Yeah, exactly. Nothing's gonna last out
you
there.
know,
But
isn't that funny when you do that? You lose battery power when you're out in the cold like that. But what do you do with batteries to keep them preserved? You put them in the freezer. I don't get it.
yeah, yeah, you do. You do. But
Does that make sense?
there's probably nothing wrong with the batteries. It's the equipment saying, you know what? No,
Yeah,
no.
I'm going to suck more juice now. Watch this.
Yeah, maybe. Or just not work. It just kept
Yeah.
malfunctioning.
Yep.
So I'm just
Yep.
like, oh, I ain't even gonna deal with this. I'll deal with this at another time. So I mean, it is really, honestly, it's only about an hour and 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, that's fun. That's like me. You sound like me with Mineolas. When can I get back over there again? I got to plan this.
Exactly. Well, since we know the people, they said
Hmm.
anytime, anytime.
Yep.
I'm like, heck yeah. So we're gonna wait for the weather. I don't have to wait till it's like warm. I don't have to wait till spring. I just have to wait till it's, about in the 40s for everything to, really work.
Yeah.
And but like I said, we had a drone up in the air and it was struggling. It
Oh, I
was
bet.
up there. The wind was kicking it around, but it was struggling, but it's a big drone. So
Yeah.
it held its own up there, but it was tough. So we had to kind of call it, and I couldn't spend a whole lot of time out there. But I don't know. I found a new fun place. I guess
Yeah.
a new interesting, intriguing, mysterious
A place you can go and practice too.
practice. Heck, I want to get to the bottom of it. I
Well,
you know
still, you don't want
I
to get total to the bottom of it because then it takes away all the fun of the weekends when you get a chance to go out there and just play. You know.
well, I can go. I can run over there and just play, and then come home at night.
That's true. I can too.
Yeah, you
Done
know
that
what
a
I
few
mean.
times.
Yeah, so it's really not practicing for anything. It's basically trying to figure out where it all began. And
Yeah.
that is probably the biggest question is
Yeah.
where did it all begin? Because like I said, the tragedies go back for decades and decades. It's
Wow,
just,
we got Keith in here. Hi, Keith. I
hey
see
Keith, how
Randy
are you?
Victoria's out there too. Hi, Michelle. All right. So, yeah, that sounds like you had some fun.
Oh,
And
I did. I did.
next
So
weekend, I'll be
we'll hear
doing
more
that.
about this in the future. And I hate
Yeah.
everything that I have to give is kind of like half a story, not even all the story.
They do
And
spoilers. No
I,
spoiler zone.
yeah, and I can't do that because we don't exactly know how we're going to put forth this story. Whether I do not believe it's going to be on a podcast. I think this is going to be more of a documentary because it is documentary worthy.
Yeah.
Um, just just by me listening, I'm like, dang, that would be something that I would definitely watch. You know, I think with the story and if it were done correctly, it would hold up with any documentary we've seen out there.
There you go. I'd like to see
Yeah,
it then. I just
yeah,
watched a documentary the other day too. You know, now that you mentioned it, because when y'all were doing your thing with Josh on Thursday, my buddy Mark, he put out his little documentary that he did with the guys out of Georgia, the squatching bait people or whatever.
yes.
Uh, they did a spirits of LBL. show where she was out there, and I had never even thought about this, doing the Estes method in a cryptid location. I never even thought about it until I saw that.
Well, I don't know what that means
I don't know what it means either, but it was quite interesting to watch. So I was like,
because every bit of the LBO is a cryptid location.
exactly. So I
I
don't know
mean, it
exactly
has,
where they were, but
yeah, the land between the lakes has I think it has like 247 cemeteries. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
everywhere you turn, you just driving down
yeah,
the road, boom, there's one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another. They all have names. They're all there. They're
yeah.
all kept, and you're just like,
Where'd
uh,
that come from?
yeah.
And
Everywhere you turn, there's a cemetery. Everywhere you turn, it is
yeah,
cryptid territory.
yeah.
So I don't know what that means.
And well, she was doing the Estes method, and the first question he asked straight out was, "Are there any cryptid entities that would like to talk to us?" That's what he said, cryptid entities. And she said, "I'm right here." I'm like,
Oh God.
"Okay,
See, I don't
time
like
out. We're
that.
gonna think
Yeah,
about
I
this.
don't, no,
We're
no,
gonna think
no,
about
no,
this."
no. That's a question I would never ask, and I'm gonna tell you why. How do you know?
Exactly. That
I
you're
mean, this could
opening.
be something that is a nasty little thing
Yeah,
that's hanging out there because as we're finding more and more that we're
yeah,
finding more spirits out in the woods and surrounding properties than you would ever think.
yeah,
But it's
yep,
that type of thing. It's kind of like we just had I had a spirit box and we were sitting out at the land between the lakes and I had it going and
yeah,
all of a sudden we have nothing and then we have
yeah,
something because
yeah.
you're not getting a radio station in the middle of
No,
the land between the lakes. You're
no,
not.
no.
Okay. You're lucky if you got a phone signal, is all I got to say about that.
Let's put it
So,
this way: when I was there, I had cassette recorders still, so that ought to tell you something.
right. So, well, now this was just 2 years ago that we were doing this. So, I had the spirit box going, but yet it said Krista's name straight off the
Yeah,
bat.
yeah,
Okay, which that's not super common, but it's not da 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 da. It's not too bad. But then
yeah.
it said this other lady's name straight up. This other lady's name that is uncommon,
Uh oh.
very very uncommon.
Yeah, man. I tell
It's
you what now.
it's borderline unique. And when it said that, I was like, "Okay,
Well,
okay."
you're misunderstanding. I wasn't investigating. I was literally bringing my music on cassette tapes back then. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, because that's the only way
I've
yeah,
never
'cause
investigated LBL at all. I've never investigated. Like I said, I've been out there so
well
many times hunting,
well,
fishing,
we talked
and
about that. You didn't even
yeah,
know. You
no.
didn't
And
even know.
me and Mark were talking about it the other night in chat. Like until he told me about it, I knew nothing about what happened at LBL. And I spent
Right.
so many nights out there, and nobody ever said anything. Like
Yeah.
I hope none of you people knew.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just something that is we talked about it before, it's just something that is just not repeated.
No, yeah, I just don't think it was common knowledge in the area where I was at because this stuff that y'all are talking about happened kind of more up a little bit away from the Fort Campbell area, where the land between the lakes and the Fort Campbell rec areas and stuff are at. Y'all are kind of further up the inland,
Well,
shall we say?
yeah, well, it's not only that, it's just like, it's hard to say what the newspapers called it at the time.
Yeah, yeah,
It could have been, who knows, a bear attack when there's no bears out there, but
or yeah, or
yeah,
just an animal attack or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, an animal attack, and I'm like, okay,
So
it's
anyway,
it
but
was an
yeah,
animal, it was an animal attack for sure. Just
yeah.
saying.
And like I said, until he told me about it, I didn't know anything about it. But I want to get up there and just sit there for about 2 or 3 days, just by myself, or not by myself. Do not go
No,
text. Don't listen to this. Don't go by yourself. Do not do it. All right. Uh,
I wouldn't recommend it.
no, it ain't gonna happen. Of course,
Hmm.
every time I went, we were, I had usually a buddy with me, army buddy. We'd be out in the woods. We're literally either hunting, camping, fishing, something. Because that's a small. Kentucky Lake is a smallmouth heaven right there. So it it's a great fishing lake. So anyway,
Hmm.
that's all neither here nor there. I still didn't know. That's so, but
Right, right.
I did.
Well, and you've got like Energy Lake, Hematite Lake. You got all kinds of stuff out there. You
Yeah.
know,
So once again, that's much further up the lake than where our normal area was at. So
right.
that's probably why we never really heard a whole lot about it because it's further up into the Kentucky side than it was down around the border. So
Yeah, and I mean, that was back in what, 82?
yeah,
Yeah. So
and
when
by
when you're talking about 82, and then all the buzz goes around and then dies down.
yeah, because it was 89 and 96 that I was there. So
Okay, so yeah, it'd been a few years since
yeah,
that had happened, since you were there. So yeah,
yep. So
yeah. I mean, it is a pretty cool place, and I do recommend. Hey, go there.
yeah,
Just don't go alone.
all right.
Keep your
So
eyes on your kids and your pets.
yeah, don't offer them up for food. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah,
You
don't
can if
don't.
you don't like your kid, you can put your kid out there and use it for bait if you want. That's up to you.
Uh,
But
well,
it's
Randy,
got to be the
no.
kid you don't like. It's got to be the
Let's
kid you don't
let's
like.
let's no.
Don't say
Public
nothing. Just
service
text used
announcement.
me. Okay.
This is a PSA. Don't listen to Randy.
Hey, text used me for bait. What the heck?
That's because you're a grown adult, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, if he could have put me in a straitjacket, stuck me on the ground out there, he would have. Just to watch me go around.
Right.
Hey, what the?
What happened? All right. Now that we've talked enough,
Talked to
anyway.
half of it away here. Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna
I
try
mean,
this.
yeah. Randy and I went down a rabbit hole, and we're super sorry, but
I'm not sorry.
I'm not
You
sorry.
guys
It's
knew what
cool
you
to
were
talk
turning
about
in
stuff.
for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But
cool to talk about stuff.
well, and like I told you in the the backstage area, this is an interesting one this week because I tried to go out and go across the pond, find us a spot in England or in Europe or something, a distinct spot. But there's just nothing out there that has enough evidence to really
I
go over.
know.
You know what I mean? I could do
Yeah.
the whole of Europe, but we've already done the whole of Europe a couple of times now.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to go back to Facebook because Facebook has got a fountain of misinformation everywhere. And then I was like, you know what? I haven't hit Reddit in a while. Let's go look at Reddit and see what Reddit's thrown up there. And I found about a few. But the thing I like about Reddit is whenever they put stuff out there, they put the original photo, then they put their little enhanced thing with it. Then they put the original photo,
That's
then they
always
put
nice.
almost, and it makes it a little bit easier. It
Yeah.
makes me a little bit easier where I can also grab this a lot quicker and do this like quick. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
that one's about to get retired too because I beat it up too much now already.
I
Um,
know. I mean, you're really going to have to figure out a good type of hat for yourself.
I'm going to do it tonight after this is over with, to be exact. But okay. So this first one, I had to roll my eyes at, but I figured I'd throw it out here anyway.
Oh, here
Uh,
we go. Let me get ready. Okay,
yeah,
I'm ready.
and I don't know that we won't see something we're really looking for here, but okay. But it says my family member went on a hike. Now I usually say my brother and my sister. My family member went on a hike, so he must not like this family member. Uh, but someone or something showed up in her photo. A few years ago, an older family member of mine went on one of her regular hikes. The trail that she takes runs through a fairly remote area of the side of a mountain. No buildings nearby, very few people around. She took some photos. Later on in one of the photos, she posted a few of them on Facebook, and other people do, the older people especially, when they go out and do stuff, they like to put their pictures of their travels and stuff, and stuff. And it says everyone saw it as normal first, but then people started commenting on one of the photos, asking who she was walking with because they insisted that she wasn't alone. She looked again at the photo, and that's when she noticed the figure in the distance. It didn't give me a location; it just gave me all that blurb right there. And at the end of it, the actual Reddit bunch said, "Do you see it?" Okay, here's the first one. This is the original. I'm guessing she's just taking a picture down the way. Look at that cave right there, which looks
Okay.
like a cave to me.
It's something.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll let you study that for a couple of seconds to see if you see anything out of the ordinary.
Well, I see something on the side there. Looks
You're
like
drawn right.
pareidolia.
You're drawn right to it, right?
Yep. Looks
This
like
right here.
pareidolia. Mm-hmm.
Kind of what I thought too. So I started zooming in.
Yeah.
I would say pareidolia 99.9% of the time on this, because I really think what we're seeing right here is just part of that bush behind it, that tree behind it, and this is just a reflection of some sort right here. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell.
Yes.
Um, Now, when they started looking at it, and they didn't say, "Hey, this is a ghost" or anything. This is a spirit. This is what they said. What do you see? And then they they did this. Now, when you zoom in on this, that literally looks freaky as you know what, you know. But it couldn't be a person because it's too small. It had to be a kid, is what I'm thinking. And this, I honestly believe, is just pareidolia with that tree behind it still.
That's a whole lot of enhancement.
Yeah, you see how the eyes are all dark now and everything.
Yeah.
So, and like you don't, I realize the blue. Don't get me wrong. I realize the blue that's shining through right there. But
Hmm.
in the first one, even zooming up, you don't see that much blue. It looks more like shadow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the head part is not near as pronounced as what that
Right.
was. So, yeah, I don't want. They didn't say a yes or no what it was, but yeah, I'm going straight out right off the bat. The first rattle out of the box, I pulled it out. I was ready to go because I was like, it's not any. They're not saying it is or it isn't. They're saying, "What do you see?" And I kind of respect that. At least you didn't say, "Hey, this is what I see, and
Yeah.
this is what you should see."
You want to
It,
talk about pareidolia?
yeah,
Okay, let's
that's
talk about
exactly
pareidolia. Bring the full picture back in.
yeah,
Pull to the right side, the bottom of the rock.
right here,
Nope. Keep going. Keep going over to the other side. Yeah, right there.
right here.
Yep. Look at that.
This right here.
Yeah. Does that
Yeah, this
not
is
look
it.
like the same kind of stuff that we're kind of looking at from a distance?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
you're
you
right. I
get up
mean,
on it and it doesn't look right?
yeah, looks like it's a rock. This part right here, especially, that's the same
Yeah.
shade, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that before. So, um, little Mikey, yeah, shadow of some sort there, but that makes me think there's some sort of lens flare coming. This is kind of reflecting down to here through the lens, maybe.
Or it just
Uh,
might be a part of the rock formation
maybe,
that has
maybe
come
there's
out.
rock down there, and it's got some shadow on it being down there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be. It definitely could be. But I wouldn't, again, I wouldn't call this evidence because we're
No,
not sure. You
no,
can't zoom in on a photo that's blurry in that aspect and then, put AI to it, enhance it, and then go, hey, see, this is what it really is. No,
yeah,
you
because
can't do that.
even if I zoom in here on this, there's no way zooming in here and seeing that. Do I ever get that?
Right.
That is so much enhancement. When you enhanced it, you just completely put a whole new ball game on it. I mean, it's not
Right.
anything like it should be.
Right.
Um, and yet, little Patty, you're right. It could be just a straight out reflection.
Yep.
And this one right here definitely could be. The other one is not a reflection because it's all gussied up, shall we say?
Yeah.
Hey, CCR, how you doing? Josh is out there now.
All
But
right.
so yeah, I mean, I'm with you. This is yeah, this is definitely a pareidolia thing, is what I'm thinking.
I believe it is. I
Okay,
believe.
yeah, I believe. Oh man, I almost went into freaking. Remember the old blue collar comedy tour? That was one
Oh,
of their bits.
jeez.
I believe.
Uh,
You enjoyed it. Anyway,
exactly.
okay.
You have to be over 50 to get your jokes. I gotcha.
Hey, leave me alone. Don't. Hey, wait a second. That means you understood me.
I did. I did understand you, but there may be some out there that don't. But
have
that's
you
okay.
looked? Have you looked at our dadgum people out there? How many of y'all are? No, I better not. I'll have a lot of women mad at me if I ask their age. But okay, this next two here, we got a photo taken from the main graveyard, and it's in Vienna. And I'm not going to sit here and try to pronounce what they call it. Zentor Friedhof is what it's called, but that's essentially the main graveyard in Vienna. Okay. Uh, Took this picture in 2012 during a photo excursion with my school. There was no one there when I took the pic. Only later when I went through the pics did I find this. Probably just an optical illusion because of the bushes of the trees, but I thought it was shared anyways to see if anybody. It looks a little bit paranormal. It just looks creepy to me. What do you
Okay.
think?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so here's the original pic. Okay, and if you're part of a photography class, I guess, um, I would understand why you're taking a black and white picture, which that particular setting right there, black and white's perfect for that because it
Yeah.
makes one of the best looking pictures you could ever want to get.
Yeah.
Now, I have questions because honestly, I'm sitting there thinking about it. It's like, why do I have all these overgrown graves in the main graveyard of Vienna? I
That
don't think
don't even that
that doesn't
does
make
that
sense.
no.
That don't
I
that
bet you that's a no.
Yeah, that's a that don't pass the smell test. And I don't know of any. This does these look like willows here?
Kinda. I mean, the pictures, the quality is bad, but
Well, I mean, the quality isn't super bad. I mean, look how clear these are right
it,
here.
it kind of
The
does,
brush.
except for the branches are not pointed down like a normal
A
willow. They're kind
willow
of
would be,
pointed up.
yeah. And
But
do you remember seeing anything in Germany that looked like this tree though?
not that I remember. No.
Yeah, I don't either. But and I'm just using that as an example. I can't tell you that Austria doesn't have something different, but
Well,
still,
even in the Black Forest, I didn't see anything like that.
no,
Nothing.
I definitely didn't see nothing like this in Black Forest. That was
No.
all straight out with maples and black oaks
But
and
does this not scream something more tropical to you?
it's
Like, I'm not saying like beaches. I'm saying like it would
no.
be like swampy, warmer,
Yeah, that's what I
something.
was thinking. Louisiana area type thing is what I was like looking at originally.
Exactly. Exactly. Something like
Florida
that.
Everglades, Hey,
Uh,
we're in skunk ape territory. Where's Dave Shealy at? I need to talk to him.
Right.
But um,
I don't
this
even
is
know what I'm looking at here. This is so
I'm just going to zoom in on what they're looking at. Okay, so you can see it. It's dead center. It's funny when they took the picture. It's nicely dead centered here. Okay, but I'm pretty almost 100% is pareidolia. Um,
that's what it's looking like to me.
yeah, because you can discount everything up here. The only thing I would say anything close to be that right there, but that's bound to be something like a part of a. Well, no, tombstones are all dark there. It looks like so. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a hint of sun coming through.
This is not something normal that you would see in Europe anyway,
Yeah,
for a cemetery to look like this.
no, they take care of their cemeteries. They
Yes.
really do. Um,
Because
so look,
they're a prize. They're over there is their property. So that's why, like, say in Germany, everybody lives on top of one another instead of being spread out. They will sometimes even have cattle and stuff who live underneath the
yeah,
very bottom. That will be the barn, and then everybody lives on top of it. And I'm just going to tell you, it smells, but um,
yeah,
but that's how they live. They don't spread out. They don't have like cattle ranches or things like that. The most of Germany is uh, under a conservation unit that
yeah.
it's like if you hit a deer over there, you have to report that you hit a deer to the actual, and this is a crazy name, the
Yeah,
forest meister. The
yeah,
forest
Forstmeister
meister is
has
who
to
you
know.
have to report it to. Right. You can't just keep going. You have to
No,
stop and call. As if you hit a person, you
yep.
have to call them if you hit a
Because
deer.
let me explain to you about fines. You think people get fined here in the states? Y'all don't even know the half of it in Germany,
Oh,
especially.
look at that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. The
Yeah.
fines are but I mean their taxes are high. Everything is high
Yeah.
for living expenses. I'm going to say that for living
Yep.
expenses. But there is a reason because their health care is free. They get better health care than we'll ever get here in the United States.
Oh yeah.
So they implement all of those taxes and fines and everything into um, things for their own country, which is fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, and it's don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a great place to live and hang out with type thing. It's a
Absolutely.
I love the place,
Absolutely.
but they also kind of know how to treat their people. But they also know how
How
to
to get
take care of their stuff. I mean, because if you knock over, let's say you're out in the woods and you knock over, we figured this out in the Army real quick. You knock over a tree that is over the diameter of a quarter, you just cost your unit a 250,000 at that time mark fine because you just violated national sovereignty of that tree or whatever they wanted to call it.
yeah.
They literally love their trees to that point. If you
Yeah.
knock it down, you just ask for a monster fine. Period.
Yeah, their forestry department is like their police department.
Yeah.
And
So
I think it is more militarized than, you know, we have here for sure.
yeah, yeah,
So
and then,
whenever you're out in your boat and you're fishing and you have a beer and you get caught and you get a fine,
yeah.
now imagine that times 100.
Oh, every bit of it. Of
Yep.
course, then again, I don't know of a whole lot of places I'd want to boat in Germany because it's too cold of
Nah,
water.
not really.
But anyway,
That's
so
right.
here's their little. At least they didn't really augment it. It doesn't look like other than cropping it. So it's still these look like this area right here looks like the leaves behind it. So I'm guessing there's probably some sunlight creaking through there and causing that reflection.
There's something happening there. I don't believe in that
Yeah.
one not at all. I think that's just
No.
pareidolia at its finest. I mean, it kind of
Yep.
looks like something there. But again, you can't be sure. You can't say for
No.
100% that that's what it is.
No. Not. Once again, it's one of those situations they don't see it until well after the fact.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you'd have got some sort of feeling there at the time, I would say okay. But once again, I think that the whole setup of this is wrong to start with.
Yeah. I don't know
So
where this is, but I
I don't
don't
think
think
it's Vienna.
Indiana. Mm-mm.
Okay, next one. You might as well keep it on like I'm keeping mine on. But ghost
Yeah.
or lens flare is what was the caption on this one. So my father took the family on a camping trip over 10 years ago with his digital camera, and he told me he didn't feel any sort of presence at the time, and no one else in the family did either. Wasn't until he was going through the photos afterwards that he found this. My dad's pretty sure it's lens flare, but it does look very uncanny. At least they're being honest with me about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not saying, I've shown the picture to multiple people. They all think it's a ghost, but
Right. Right.
I think I might be with Dad.
Here we go.
Yeah. Here's the thing I got with this though. I'm thinking that there's somebody already sitting there and it's just some sort of ghost image type thing that's there, but I can't tell. Doesn't look like there's anybody in that seat at all. It doesn't even look like the seat's all the way out. You know what I mean?
It looks like it looks like, you know how we were talking about that when you take a picture and then there's I don't know where the actual exposure of the bright light kind of moves a little bit. We see
Exactly.
it all the time. I think that's exactly what this is.
This is actually part of this, and it's just kind of off
I think
center.
it's part of the fire. Yeah.
Yeah. We have that problem a lot with fires. When people start taking pictures around fires, they start getting all these artifacts on the film or on the picture.
Yeah.
And basically the same thing every time. We've seen it 100 times on here. And I'm like, but the reason, and once again, I'm starting to love Reddit because at least these people aren't throwing it out there and say, prove it wrong. Well, you got to
Right.
prove it to me. I don't have to prove it to you. You got to prove it to me.
Yeah. Okay. So to anyone else, if we're talking pareidolia, look at the fire and you tell me what it looks like.
Yeah. It
You know what it
almost
looks
looks like
like to
you
me?
take
It looks
this.
like me. No, the fire itself is what we're talking about. The
Uh-huh.
pareidolia on the fire itself looks like a phoenix on fire.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you see that?
Yep, sure
That's
do.
what we're talking about, pareidolia. Yeah, it looks like a bird. See? Little Patty
Yep.
Haddock.
Yep.
Sure enough.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
there's no
I'm
doubt.
pretty sure that's just from the fire. Because you can even
Yeah,
see around the fire, it still has that same look,
that glow, that
that
glow, and
glow.
you could
Yes.
superimpose this over the top of it real easy,
Yeah.
and it'd probably be about the same.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
oh man, dadgummit. There you go. Just in case you needed to know, there's those red circles to tell you exactly where you need to look. And this
Exactly. But
guy's,
they even outlined it.
yeah, the guy's sitting there. Look, he's cross-legged, waiting for you to talk to him. What the heck?
I
Come
know.
on, man.
They even outlined the chair, it looks like.
look inside the circle and look outside the circle. See the little bit of difference in the coloring?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that happens, especially when you have a bright light with a dark background. It will
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. It's Patty, you're right. It's fire shine is what it really is. So, and like I said, this is one of those I was like, hey, you know what? I want to because you don't see a whole lot of fire shines that look like somebody sitting in a chair. You know?
No, well, you don't. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
But remember the
So,
one we seen in the cornfield?
oh yeah, yeah. Now that one was 100% fire shine, and they could not get it through their head. This is not what you think it is, guys. This is not what you
Exactly.
think it is. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, it is.
And
Yeah, it is.
this is just the same thing. It was just a perfect angle of the shot. It was just the way the fire was burning right at that moment, and you
Yeah.
just you got the perfect shot of fire shine. That's what it is.
Well, I'm leaving mine on again, just because.
Oh no. Oh
This is.
no.
I'm going to read this one to you because this is one I looked at. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me! Yeah, my head's hurting. Uh, my friend recently shown me this picture from
Show me
2016.
picture.
Yeah,
All right. Show
of
me.
him and his brother at the front of Blackpool Beach at 7 a.m. Photo taken by mother. I'm guessing their mother or a mother of some sort. I don't know. When they looked at the photo, they saw the figure between the legs, looked around, and nobody was there. Did you see it? Now you can't unsee it. Well, now you can't unsee it because you created it.
What now?
Okay. Supposedly these two were just getting the pictures taken by their mother. And quite frankly, I'm guessing that's a little brother and a brother. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
It's blurry. Very blurry.
yeah, it's not the greatest because they're also when you're taking the picture, you're aiming toward the sun. Okay.
Yeah, and I see
You're in the
something
general,
between them on the bottom.
yeah. And I'm going to zoom in right here.
Yeah, that's blurry.
Yeah, blurry is you know what, but they think there's something there. And we'll go to the next one because it actually goes into it and you get the red circle just for the fun of it too.
Ooh, red circles.
And I did not put the red circles on these this time, guys.
Yes,
I could
red
have turned this
circle Sunday.
I could have turned it into red circle Sunday with these, I guess, couldn't I? But anyway, so it zooms in on this and I'm looking at him like, well, I'm just thinking somebody's kneeling behind him, just kind of goofing with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only problem I got with that is wouldn't you think you'd see more of the person out on this side unless they're really small? But
No, no, not necessarily. Now, if you're talking like a spirit or something, no, you
yeah.
don't have to.
No, no,
But
no. I'm
if
I'm
it
talking
were a
about a
real
person
person,
that
yes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was a real person, wouldn't you think you'd see something more? Because the more I look at it, I see it the shadow and stuff down here looks like somebody has knelt down between their legs,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But because of where his legs are at and where that I can't see anything this side. I don't see any more of her, and it looks like this really should be her. I'm just saying her as general. I don't think it's really her. But what the hell could it be though?
I don't know. We've seen so many like this.
A bunch. And let me get out of the red circle. I want to go back because there's the full picture. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they got daylight between them right here. And then it's like somebody's head is right there. Now, could one of them have had a backpack pack that put it down?
That is possible because you cannot see back out. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find the arm of this person.
This one right here.
Yep.
I'm assuming it goes around the backside. It's the only thing I can figure.
So it could be the backpack.
Yeah. Wouldn't you think they'd have a backpack?
It could be. I
Yeah.
mean, I carry him around. Somebody else could carry him around.
Yeah.
And the way that person, the younger one, is standing, if they've got their arm behind him, putting that backpack down while he's getting, his brother's got his arm around him. So
Yeah. He
it's the
sets it down and
backpack's
then
not
puts
in the
his arm around the
way.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah. So the backpack's not in the way. Yeah, it would look like that.
The only thing we can't really figure is that face.
Well, pareidoia, it's a heck of a
Yeah,
drug. We
yeah, it
already went
is.
through
I mean, it
that.
could be something on the thing, on the backpack that's set right there, or it's a jacket, but they're both wearing their jackets. So I don't know. I I, I don't think it's paranormal. I think it's something causing that look.
Yeah, because
Um,
we cannot see the arm of the child. We
no,
cannot see the arm.
the only thing I think it would be doing is up here and going around the bigger guy, and it's back here somewhere. That's the only thing I can figure. If not, it's dangling down beside him down there, and it's maybe holding
Mhm,
that pack.
mhm.
You know
So I'm thinking that would just to be get the backpack out of the picture,
exactly. Just so you can get the picture taken and let mom leave you alone.
right? Well, there's Donnie. It's a ghost.
Yep. Should
It
have
has
known
been
he'd chime in.
confirmed. It has been confirmed.
That is a K-pop demon hunter. There is what that is.
Right, right.
But yeah, so I was like, I pulled that one because I was like, it's got some attributes that I like, but it's just something isn't right for to be that clear, and then to say that there wasn't nothing there. I'm sorry, you got to know something's there at that point. You would think, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of guess it's the child had some sort of bag or something.
Something,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, because the where the head is, that's kind of falling in line where that child's hand would be. So
yeah.
if they were just holding on to the back of that backpack and putting it behind their back,
See, there's
um,
one hand. So yeah, I mean that would be in line if he's actually got hold of it.
yep. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So all right.
Uh,
Well, crud. I got one more for you though.
okay,
You
we
ain't get
got all right,
you
all
ain't
right.
getting off that easy. All right.
Oh no, all right, all right. Here we go.
This
Here
one,
we go.
I'm gonna take my hat up on this one because this one
Oh,
actually
all right.
got me
We'll
thinking.
start from we'll start from scratch here. I'm not even gonna get a
Well,
head start.
and it may be something easily explainable or whatever, but it just kind of it you know me when it comes to larger areas, shall we say,
Sure,
like theaters and hotels and
sure.
ballrooms and stuff like that. Night shift at Target was what this was called.
Oh
Okay.
God.
After taking this picture, my manager and I were walking out, and you remember the bar you were down there with me with, and I told you whenever we closed up that bar, we go back, clock out, turn the lights off, and head out the door, but never look back, right?
Right.
And he said, manager, I walked out. We heard a noise we've never heard before. I thought it was an alarm, but sounded more like a phone. The self checkout light turned on randomly as well. We were left right after as we kind of got a little shook up because of it. But the whole experience had me kind of scared, considering there's nothing in real life where the shadow in the photo is supposed to be. Okay, nothing is there that they know of. Okay, this here's where I had the issue though. It still looks cool, but this brightened image shows that someone or something is lurking in Target. Okay, and I
So
was
it's
going,
already been enhanced. Okay.
yeah. Well, that's what they say. He said it's brightened. Now this is the original photo, and I'm looking at obviously all the lights off. It looks to me like a flash more than anything else.
That's probably their security lighting.
Could be, could be. So, and here's the security camera up here, as we can see in this one. Now, are you able to see anything?
No.
I will zoom in a little bit further back there.
Still a no.
Still not seeing too much. This little area right here is where they're talking about. I think it's a reflection myself because you see it kind of on the floor here.
It goes from the floor to the ceiling.
Yeah,
No. That's a reflection of something.
yeah. So
Mhm.
then they
That
pulled into this and they circled it. They didn't enhance it. Doesn't look enhanced in any way, but they circled it. And I'm like, this is definitely a reflection on the floor down here. Okay. It's too dark back there. There's too many shadows to say this is anything. But you're right. He's right though. There shouldn't be anything in that area to even give that reflection. You know what I mean? Their
well, we
displays
don't
are
know that. We don't
well,
know that.
just based off of what I'm looking at. The first one, as wide open as that aisle is right there. and all your displays are on this side, and over to here, this looks like more of the reflection on the floor right here, like we were talking about. But is that coming from something that's up here that's being hung? Is it coming from another area? I don't know. I wanted to say it's kind of cool, but there's still too many variables.
Um, this thing goes floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
I am not. I don't know. As you can see, there's lights in the back. You never know what it's coming off of.
Yep. And Andrew, right. Very well could be the feet of a mannequin that we're seeing, and with it reflecting down onto the floor from somewhere
Yeah,
back there.
yeah, absolutely,
I mean, because
absolutely.
we've already know there's a mannequin right here
Right.
and over here, so it's not far fetched to see it back there somewhere, and then that light that's back in that corner back there is actually creating this shadow.
Yeah, because honestly, when I first looked at it, I thought there was a nun standing there with that mannequin.
What? Where?
Though that one.
This one?
That one right there. Yeah. It kind of like when you're looking back at it and it's a first glance, I thought it was a nun.
Oh, oh yeah, gotcha. Look like a habit, huh?
I thought so. I was like, wait, because when you back off it, it kind of looks like it has a shadow around its head.
Yeah,
That's what I get. That's what I get. Okay.
now,
Um,
little Mikey, you're right. If you're looking at it just verbatim, right, it looks like it could be walking, but they also stage those mannequins that are in step too.
mhm.
So it just depends. I mean, I think they caught something by accident, is what it was. Now, does that explain the other little anomalies they were talking about with the self checkout light turning on and stuff like that? No, but that could easily be a computer glitch too. So
You know, I don't I don't doubt stuff like that. I mean, we just
no,
at the beginning of the show was talking about electronic glitches that we can't explain. And I talk about it all the time. I Walmart, Kmart, uh Myers, Target.
yeah,
Do you know how many things are roaming around in there that people bring with them? If something's in anywhere, it is a big department store, and especially
yeah,
of that caliber. You know what I mean?
and you could have attachments to anything.
Yes. Yes. You
And
know,
yeah,
I'm talking your middle America department store.
yeah, 100%. I agree. They're
Everybody
the
goes to
creepiest
Walmart.
things in the world at night.
Yeah. Yeah. So if they're yeah, I believe 100% that that there's things running around in there. Do I believe it out of this photo alone? No.
No, no,
No,
no.
but
I
do I
think
think things happen? Yes.
yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I try to zoom in even more. I mean, you can see this little pedestal back here, but honestly,
Mhm.
you're right. That looks like a reflection on the floor right here. As you
Mhm.
further you go back, so there's something back there that's causing that reflection. So
Yeah, but, I mean, it's got backlighting back there, so
yeah,
you don't know.
no, but I still thought it was the coolest picture I saw of the week. So
That's pretty sad when that's the coolest picture.
well,
I wish that they won't ever do it, but I do wish like stores like Walmart and stuff would release like little video clips or still photos or of stuff that happens when they're closed.
yeah,
I would subscribe because I already know.
somebody, yeah, somebody needs to put that out, and I guarantee you're going to have hit after hit after hit for people just wanting to look at the Willard Library ghost cams for how 20 some odd years or more now. Wait, I started watching them in 97, 98 ish or whatever. So I know that they've been going in that Willard Library since then. And they've added two more since I started watching, or three more since I started watching. So they're still out there, but you got to
Oh
be there
yeah,
to, you got to watch it to catch it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And if they're submitted, people literally will sit there and set up motion detectors on those, and that way their own software will pick up, hey, there's movement here. And they've done this, and that's how they've gotten a lot of their evidence because
right.
viewers submitted it to them.
Yeah. Moon says, wait, Brandy, Walmart's closed? Yes, they do now.
Yeah.
Yes, they do now.
Well,
It's
they do in
11
our area.
o'clock usually. 11 o'clock in most states that I
Yep.
run through all the time, 11 o'clock.
Yep.
It's done.
Ever since COVID.
Yeah, 11 to 6, 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. They open up at 6 a.m. most usually.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And even HEB here in Texas, they started doing the same thing. They were 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and that's what
Mm-hmm.
they run.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know of anything except for gas stations, that are open 24 hours anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not all gas stations anymore.
No, and they close the main area. They just leave the pumps open.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, I can understand. That's, I mean, you get afraid for your people overnight, for number one. For number two, they use the overnight hours for people to stock, which they're supposed to be, but it seems like they wait till first thing in the morning to stock when you're trying to run through there in a hurry.
Because you want to beat everybody else. You want to get there early. Oh,
yeah,
no,
I want to get there
doing
early, get my stuff, get out, right? No, we've got to be stocking. It's like, isn't that what you guys have for overnight? I mean, you have clearly from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. to stock. Why do you not have your people in there stocking?
Oh, no, we can't do that.
Absolutely not. Can't do that. I mean, that would save a lot of problem. And I want to ask him that. I mean,
honestly,
I guess it's the same thing. I guess it's the same thing. You don't want your people vulnerable to other things,
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see it. I can honestly see it.
Well, but honestly, if they would sit there and hire one person, just hire one person, maybe two, to split the week, and all y'all do is go through footage of overnight footage throughout the week.
Yes, and people can be in there. I mean, if they're stocking overnight, people can be in there.
You don't even have to pay me minimum wage. Just pay me a daily of $20 or something. I'll do it.
What about Costco's or
Yeah, pay
stuff
me
like that.
And fishing lures. I'm good.
I mean, I would love to see what happens in those stores at night.
Yeah, no kidding.
No
kidding. Because it's hog heaven in those places. I bet money you got stuff moving all over the place in there, and they just don't even want to talk about it.
So, absolutely.
Might be bad for business. I'm gonna tell you right now. You put something out about a haunted Walmart, you'll have more people in that sucker than you know what to do with.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, probably. Now, I worked for a store. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I worked for a store. And years previous, before I even started working there, a guy came in there and he unalived his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend in the store. Ugh. I took over that store years later.
Yeah.
And there was funky stuff going on.
She's still floating around, wasn't she?
Yeah, just I don't know what was happening. It was like the one camera in the storeroom was always searching for something. And it was always going on alarm because it was always searching for something, like something is setting it off, which it's all motion.
Yeah,
it's
so
all
it picked up a motion of some sort then. Yeah.
And there's nothing. Not even a mouse poop. Not even a little mouse poop. Nothing. So then I had at the end of one rack, they had like glass faces and all on one rack. Now, this is one of those end cap things.
Yeah.
And it had a nice stack of glass thing there. And then you go to the next aisle, and on the end of that, it had all of these pillows that were stocked up in there. So there was a pillow that needed to be put back. So I went and I put it back. Now, granted, I am here by myself.
Yeah.
So I put the pillow back. And about 45 minutes to an hour later, I had opened the doors and I had one customer in the store and she was at checkout. Next thing you know, we hear a glass breaking, smashing on the floor.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, maybe that it was like teetering or I don't know. But
it was on the edge.
My part of the country is prone to earthquakes. Okay. Yeah. So even a minor shake could have shaken something off.
Yeah.
So I went back there and I'm like, crap, I got to clean this up. So I first stopped by the storeroom. I pick up the broom and dustpan. I'm starting to walk back. And as I get around the corner to look where the glass is, it is out there. But so is a pillow. right next to the glass, off the shelf, on the floor, next to the vase that is broken.
So they want to take a nap at the same time? What the heck?
I think it came off and just shot its way over there and just boop.
So it went all the way over, hit the pillow, and then came back out.
It went across the aisle, hit the glass, and hit the floor.
I'll be
Yep.
dang.
So I mean, this store has its stories about things like that happening. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. So I mean, you never know what you're going to run into, and like I said, that was just a little store. Can you imagine? I mean, it was a big chain. It's a little store, but a big chain of them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a big store and a big chain like Walmart?
Oh yeah. It's unheard of or unfathomable, honestly, the pure possibilities that
I
could be
know.
in one. Especially
I
if you know that you're in an area that is prone to being active. Let's say like if you went into the Walmart at Gettysburg, okay, you can bet your butt you're probably gonna run into some stuff in there sooner or later.
I don't think it has to be anywhere big. I think it
I
could
don't
be
think
your
so either.
local neighborhood. Your
Yeah.
local neighborhood Walmart. It doesn't
High
have to be
energy.
anywhere big.
Lots of energy in the area.
Yes, because they already have the people of Walmart out there. You already see all the pictures and
Yeah,
videos
we
and
want to
all
do that when
that,
we see those. So
and you're like, okay, but can
please
you
go
imagine the
away.
energy these people bring with them?
Oh yeah. Can you imagine the tag-alongs that they have with them and saying, "Oh my god, I get a chance to get away from them and grab something
Exactly.
else."
Let's go. Like, yeah, let's go bother somebody else for a minute. Yeah, I mean, it's just that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I think, hey, Walmart, if you're listening,
you need to hire somebody
yeah, you
at
just
each
need to.
store.
I mean, I'm sure they don't want to. They don't want to, give their stores a bad name because then some people wouldn't
Yeah.
go. So, but yeah, I
But,
mean,
but think about it too. If they one that they could say, "Hey, we've had this happen a bunch." All right, they have stuff to document it, and you get paranormal investigators that want to really investigate it, and you open it up to them with a security guy there, with Walmart security guy. You
no,
open it up to them. Do
it
you know
will
how much
never,
money they could make though?
it would never happen.
Oh, I know that,
Never
but
in a
that's not the
million
point.
years.
I think it's a brilliant
Never.
idea.
It's a brilliant idea, but it would never happen in a million years because think about
100% moon.
the bad rap the place would get. I'm not going in there. It's haunted. I don't, blah, blah, blah. I'll just take my business elsewhere. They am not even going to start that. I'm
No.
like, just be quiet. This is
Yeah.
normal stuff, people. You just don't
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
We look at it. We know it's there. We want
Any,
to, we want to look some more. Just because
any
you don't, well, don't open your eyes then.
Anybody that's ever watched South Park at all, Officer Bob Brady, nothing to see here, people. Move along.
Nothing. Yep. Move along. Nothing to see here. Absolutely.
Oh man.
But anyway, let's get
Yeah.
off of here. And, this has been fun. And I think we need to start having more discussions about stuff we want to see out there on the internet. Maybe someone will
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, this is I hate to say this. It's getting to the point everything's coming full circle again on Facebook. I'm like, I've already done that one. I've already done that. This is bull crap. I ain't touching that one. No, 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 no. Get away from me. And
We need
it
to
gets
have,
worse and worse.
yeah, we need to have some new evidence out there. And,
And
like I said, maybe if we just like have more conversations like this, somebody
yeah,
somewhere will hear us.
I had made the comment on Brent's show last night, on Paranormal Portal. I made the comment on his question of the week on Discord that AI has diluted our sample size, is what it's done.
It has. It
Because
has.
we
But
can't trust anything no more.
you can't, but as of right now, AI you can still detect it visibly with the naked eye.
A lot of it. Yeah.
If you know what you're looking for, you can
Yep.
detect it, which you and I, Randy, can throw out a lot of stuff because we already know.
Oh yeah. And I don't even bring them on here if I think they're even close to it.
Yes. But a lot of people don't know what they're looking for, like the little watermarks, the whole 9 yards. They don't know what they're looking for, and they'll try to put it out there as real evidence, which is diluting what we know as real evidence.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Anyway,
What do you ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding?
It was just like a little light that would.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we didn't see it. We didn't see it on our end then.
No,
Just
you
off
didn't
off
see it.
camera.
Well, because on this wall over here,
Yeah.
they built on a good sized garage to it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they left the window there, which I think is kind of cool. So it has blinds on it, just as if you were looking outside, but you just look into the garage with this window. And so I have to check this because this is a story that we can go over and
Yeah.
we can bring up my evidence and all of this other kind of stuff that I
Yeah.
have documented in my own home. Um, but I have to watch it out there because that's where the lights would flicker on and off, and
Gotcha.
there was nothing stating that nothing
Right.
out there that was making it do that because I had everything checked, the wiring, everything, thinking a mouse was chewing somewhere. Cost me a lot of money. No mouse. I'm like,
Of course
dang it.
not.
Of
Be
course not.
careful because cats do it too. My 2 cats have already chewed up 2 cords that I know of.
Well, they would have had to get up in the attic to get, to this wiring, and I had that all checked. I had somebody crawl up in there through there, nothing.
Yeah.
So, but there's weird things that happen. So when I'm looking out there and I see something weird, I have to make sure either it's in my office or it's in the garage. It's one of the
Gotcha.
two.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think this was inside today.
Oh, cool. Need to
Yeah.
set a security camera over on that side to watch for you too, so that way you can put it
You
out
know,
as
I should
evidence.
start doing that.
Yeah.
Get like a just the point just to watch when I'm doing shows and stuff.
Yeah. Because I tell you
Just
right
to see
now,
what's happening.
you know what? I'll send you one. I've got one that is just a regular Wi-Fi camera that you can hook up to your Wi-Fi. I've got 4 of them I bought
I
for
don't
like
have
20 bucks.
Wi-Fi. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm
I
just
live
saying
on
it hooks up to whatever you got right there, and you can actually use your phone to look at whatever's being recorded.
it is my cell phone that I use.
But,
Remember? I have to
but
use my tablet and my cell phone off a cell service because I don't have such thing as a Wi-Fi. I live
yeah,
out in the
but
sticks.
I'm saying it doesn't have to be up on the cloud, is what I'm saying. It can be
Well, yeah, it
locally.
could
It can
be
do
just
local.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could be
but
just here.
you'd have to use your phone to connect to it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, we'd have to see because I have no Wi-Fi whatsoever. So,
you're killing me,
we'd have to
Small.
see.
You're killing me.
I know I don't have any. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Gum hillbillies. What the hell?
I know the Wi-Fi you get out here is no better than dial-up. So I mean,
Uh,
it's
and
sketchy at best.
it's just what it is. It's just a local Wi-Fi. What it does is it look like your local Wi-Fi. It doesn't go out to the internet unless you tell it to, and that uses that local Wi-Fi to connect to your phone. It's all it is.
Oh well, see, I could just do a hotspot and then pull the
E-
information off it if I need to.
Exactly. Yep.
But
That's what
does
I
it
do
have its
here.
own recording thing? Can I
Yeah.
record?
Yeah.
If I
That's
can
got.
record, then that's the bomb.
I've got. I've got 2 that I don't use. I got 2 out on my back porch right now that are looking at my bird feeders and stuff whenever my birds are showing up. But
Awesome, awesome.
they've got the little TF cards. I think I
Oh,
got
okay.
each one of them's got either 32 gig or 128, one of the 2. I don't remember which, but I think
Yeah,
they're all
see, that's what
32
I
gig though.
need.
So
I just need to, well, and then I can record it and then just send all of it to you and go, here, you look at it.
yeah, I mean honestly, it's however you want to do it because like I said, I'm playing with 2 of them now because I got things going on with them. But yeah, it
Yeah.
literally you use it, hook up to the Wi-Fi or your hotspot or whatever, set
hmm
it going, leave it alone. Don't have to bring it up again until you want to look at it. Then you go to the
hmm
app and use the
Yeah.
app to talk to
Well,
it.
it always does this because it like, whatever's here kind of senses if I've been cheating on it or something, you know?
Ah,
Like
you've
if I go
upset it.
somewhere and investigate, then it gets kind of like
Oh, you
pissy.
decided to come home now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. We get a little pissy. That's all I can say. You
Hey,
know, that's
well,
the best word I can
quit
use. I
pissing
don't know
off
what to
your
say.
quit pissing off your tenant.
Jealousy.
Jealousy. You
So
didn't see me this weekend.
I know you weren't here to pick on, but
But
yeah. But like I said, we'll work on something, and then hey, I mean, we could probably set up. I don't know if some year that I can get Wi-Fi, we can do a 24-hour cam going on in this office.
you can set this thing to record, and when we do it or whatever, I'll get you squared away. You set it up to record, and it literally will be fully motion detected. You can continuously record as well, but Motion detection is the biggest thing, and it will record up to a week on a 32 gig little thing. So
Yeah. Let's see if we could, if I ever can get some Wi-Fi, we can just transmit like 24/7
exactly.
when I'm here or when I'm not here.
There you go.
That would be pretty cool. See, I'm better than Walmart. Ta-da.
For now.
Right. All right. Well, let's get off of here.
All right. We've been bullshitting too long.
Yes.
Hey, I'm
Wait a
not
minute.
monetized. I could say that.
Right.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. We will see y'all next week and Wednesday. Las Vegas. We're going to Las Vegas.
We're doing Las Vegas Wednesday
Las
night.
Vegas.
Check us out
Yep.
on Blondes Booze, 7 p.m. Central. Good night, everybody.
Night.